Warning, this episode contains adult language, mature situations, retired hitmen, convenience store antics, a clairvoyant coworker, bento boxes, and tons of comedy. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Listener discretion is advised. Episode 463, Sakamoto Days. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, some podcasts and vain reviews about connectedly enhanced narratives. I'm your host Zan, saying konnichiwa, aloha, buongiorno, and what's up? Hope all of you are doing well out there in internet land, and hope you're excited for another fun-filled episode of this wonderful podcast. And I hope all of you are ready to get some really good manga recommendations. But if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Spiraken, or some podcasts and vain reviews about connectedly enhanced narratives, is a geeky podcast where we talk about various nerdy topics depending on the subject at hand. Since this is the manga review, obviously we're talking about manga. I tell you the art style is, the overarching plot, the characters, the design quality, and most importantly, if it's worth investing your time in or not. You don't have to agree with anything that I or my co-hosts say, but we try to be educational, enlightening, exciting, and most importantly, entertaining. You can check out any of our earlier episodes at www.spiraken.com. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, Stitcher, and various other social media sites. Just type in SPIRAKN in the search bar, and I'll guarantee you'll find us one way or the other. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, you can email me personally at Zan, that's XAN, @Spiraken.com. You can tweet me at Spiraken, and if you enjoy what you hear, support our Patreon at patreon.com/Spiraken to help us create more fun content for you to enjoy. And we have tons of tiers, which have lots of benefits for you to have, including unreleased episodes, lost episodes, and lots of videos, including one behind the scene of me doing these recordings. But I digress. So I've got two more bits of news before I get into the manga review. First off, I'm going to be a featured panelist at Anime Boston, so definitely check it out. I've got 6 panels coming out, and they're going to be a lot of fun. Definitely go there. Anime Boston is going to be the last week of May, so check it out. And other bit of news, if you're watching the videos and if you like tabletop games, I'm going to be doing an interview with the founder of Son of Oaks Game Studios, the creator of City of Mist, and the upcoming tabletop RPG series, Metro Otherscape, Amit Morse. I'm excited to have a conversation with him. I'm going to be releasing the podcast in both audio and visual. So if you go to YouTube, you'll see the video, and if you go here, you'll listen to the audio at Spiraken.com. Definitely check it out and support the Patreon. It's a really cool game. I'm not being paid for it, but I am a supporter of such an awesome thing. So with that in mind, let's actually get to the podcast at hand, because if you remember for the last episode, I spun that one, that only, the Wheel of Manga. And it dictated to me that I'd be reviewing a manga that was written by Yuto Suzuki and published by Shueisha. It's actually released over here by Viz Media, and it is a weekly Shonen Jump title, meaning it's for shonen. However, the weird part is I would technically classify this as dad fiction, because the main character is a married older man. But its original run is November 2020 to present. There are 6 volumes, and it is a comedy shonen action series that is known simply as Sakamoto Days. So this manga tells the story of an unrivaled hitman who had earned legendary status in the underworld, known as Taro Sakamoto. He had lots of talent, tons of kills under his belt, and he was notorious for being completely ruthless. However, one day he disappeared. The underworld doesn't know what happened. They're confused. Did he disappear? Was he killed? No, the truth is far more unthinkable. Sakamoto fell in love. He met a girl, he started dating, he got married, had a kid, retired, and this lean, mean killing machine got overweight and became a humble convenience store owner who is very simple, who helps everybody around. He's the jack of all trades and very nice. Doesn't talk, but he does a lot of work. And unfortunately, the world of Hitman has found him, and they're going to just keep following him around. He has promised never to kill again, because he promised his wife he would never kill, but that doesn't stop him from laying the smackdown on all of the assassins, murderers, and other individuals who are trying to take away his happiness. As you guess, this is a action comedy series about a former assassin who, he has thoughts of killing people, but he doesn't. He does it with very unique ways, knocking them out, tasing them. Nothing crazy, but for the most part, his ideal day is working at his convenience store and sitting there and just being a good dad. And he's a really nice guy. It's just he is a super killing machine who is very overweight and kind of just he let himself go. And the reason why we found out about this whole background about him is that his former protege, this hitman known as Shin, showed up. He is a clairvoyant who has the ability to read minds, and he's able to tell what happened. And he said, you know what? I respect you too much. I'm not going to kill you. So he goes to his boss and says, listen, he found happiness. I know it broke the code and I'm supposed to kill him, but let me take his place. Kill me, and it'll work out. Unfortunately, the other goons decided to try to kill him. Sakamoto showed up, saved the day, and now Shin works at the convenience store as his assistant. Yeah, I know. It's and it's their antics in dealing with each other. It's, for the most part, Sakamoto doesn't talk a lot. Shin often reads his mind, knows what he's thinking, what has to be done, and there's the running gag of Sakamoto imagining killing Shin for whatever slight that happened. And then Shin's like, wait a minute. Why the hell do you think of killing me by shoving a pen in my trachea? Why would you do that? It's just a funny little gag there. And this is all it is. It's just a bunch of little adventures between Shin and Sakamoto as they try to fight the hitmen trying to kill them without killing them, and whatever the mission is. Like they're trying to get pork buns, or they're taking Sakamoto's wife and daughter to the amusement park, or they make a new friend with the Chinese of a mob boss who's an airhead who uses drunken fisk and works at the convenience store making pork buns. It's a very comical and weird series. The art style is very antiquated. He kind of looks like Bato from Ghost in the Shell if he got really, really fat and has a thick mustache and a ponytail. And I really can't say much more without spoiling it, because it's one of those ones where it's like, and this happened, but you have to read it to understand it. It's silly, it's ridiculous, and it hits an interesting nerve, because he's a married guy who just wants to relax, and they won't let him do it. And I would love to see this as an anime. It's a lot of fun, it's ridiculous, and the fact it's a Shonen Jump title amazes me. I'm going to have to give this our highest rating of really, really, really effing cool. It's a really fun series. It's weird, it's different, and it's one of those ones where I would just say, pick it up and read it. It's a lot of fun. You have action, you have comedy, you have a little bit of romance in it, and just it gets more and more ridiculous, especially with the different type of assassins who keep showing up. And that's all I'm going to say about it, because I think I'm going to geek out a little too much. But if you've read Sakamoto Days, what were your thoughts? Let me know. Email me, zanspiraken.com, or you can tweet me at Spiraken. Let me know if you enjoyed it, or if you thought it was weird or crazy, or if you thought it was overrated, or if it wasn't funny for you, because I found it really good. And I really identified with Sakamoto. I don't know why. But I'm getting into a bit of a tangent. So with that in mind, let's actually get to the manga releases for the week. These are what were released on April 12th, 2022. We have 29 titles that came out. Aphrodite from Commonplace, The World's Strongest, the manga volume 8. Attack on Titan, Omnibus 4, which is volumes 10 through 12. Bakemonogatari, the manga volume 14. Call Girl in Another World, volume 4. Call of the Night, volume 7. Case Closed, volume 82. Full Metal Alchemist, The Valley of White Petals, the manga. Night of the Ice, volume 10. Komi Can't Communicate, volume 18. Magic Artisan Dahlia Wilts No More, the manga, volume 1. My Status as an Assassin Obviously Exceeds the Heroes, the light novel, volume 4. My Wife Has No Emotion, volume 5. Necromance, volume 5. No Matter What You Say, Furi-san is Scary, volumes 3. Onigiri, the manga. Our Teachers Are Dating, volume 4. Pokemon Sword and Shield, volume 3. Reborn as a Space Mercenary, I Woke Up Piloting the Strongest Starship, the light novel, volume 4. Rent a Girlfriend, volume 12. Skip and Loafer, volume 4. Sleepy Princess in the Demon Castle, volume 17. Splatoon, volume 14. Tamamo-chan's a Fox, volume 5. The 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You, volume 2. The Case Files of Jeweler Richard, volume 2. The Eat of 10 Deities No Only Peace, volume 1. The 7 Deadly Sins manga box set 2. And Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs, volume 19. So which of these are you most excited for? For me, it's going to be Aphrodite, Case Closed, Komi Can't Communicate, Onigiri, and Skippin' Loafer. What about you? Which are the ones that you're most excited about? Or which are the ones that you're really cringing about? Because I'm really cringing that Reborn as a Space Mercenary got a 4th volume of a light novel. I thought that series should have been canceled, but I digress. I'm just going to rant about that series until I'm an old man, I guess. But thank all of you for listening. I appreciate each and every one of you. Every message I get, every email I get gives me tons of motivation and helps me want to continue doing this because I want to do this as long as I can. I love giving recommendations. And I'm going to keep doing this podcast till I'm an old man who has to have thick glasses and read large print manga. But I'd like to thank each and every one of you because you're all awesome. And to all my society members, what's up? Hope all of you are doing great. We've got some new content coming in this week, and one of them is going to be really awesome. Can't spoil it because I don't want to spoil it, but if you want to find out more, join the Patreon, patreon.com/Spiraken. And now with that in mind, let's get to the part that all of you have been waiting for. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about that one, that only, the Wheel of Manga! Yes, friends, the Wheel of Manga, except no substitute. Now, what is the Wheel of Manga? The Wheel of Manga is a Wheel of Fortune with 10 slots on it. And what I've done is I've assigned a manga title to each of the 10 slots. So we're going to spin that Wheel of Manga. Whatever number it lands on, the manga in that spot is the one I'm going to review in the next episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, episode 464. That is 36 away from episode 500. And I got to say, I'm really excited to find out what we're going to review because we got some fun titles on here. So let's see. Number 9. So in the next episode, I'm going to review a manga about cosplay. We're talking about My Dress-Up Darling. I've heard the anime is really cool. I have not read the manga yet, so let's see what it's going to be, and I'll find out next week. And before I forget, if you are celebrating Easter this weekend, have a great Easter weekend. As usual, hope you guys had a great time. Thank you for listening. Remember to like, share, subscribe. I'm your host, Zan. I'm Gonzville. Catch you guys next time, and keep reading manga. See you later.